Hey guys, so we're going to use Illustrator today to create just a simple animation. It's going to be sort of a simple pixel-based animation because I think that'll be a pretty easy one to start with. So first things first, let's open Illustrator. We're using CS6, fairly recent, but not the most brand new. If you're using CC, you should be fine. All of these same things should work. So once it's ready, are you done? Yeah, I guess so. It just didn't give me the new window. So we'll just open it ourselves. We have a new canvas. In the line tool, I'm going to go down and choose the rectangular grid tool. I can make it the size that I want. If I hold shift, it'll lock the proportions, but I don't want to do that right now. If I press up or right arrow keys, I can add more cells on the horizontal or vertical. And once I have that, make sure that it is selected. And I can go up to Object, and I can go to Live Paint, and I can tell it to make. Once I've done that, I can use the Live Paint Bucket tool, which is under the Shape Builder right now, and I can, let's choose a color from the swatches. I can use my left arrow keys or my right arrow keys to jump from one swatch to another easily and quickly. And because I told it to make under Live Paint Bucket, I can color each cell individually. You can see here are the swatches I was switching between on the left and right arrow keys. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I actually want to show you another way to do this as well. So instead of using the rectangular grid tool underneath the line tool, I'm instead going to use a shape like a rectangle. So we'll just draw this out. Oh, it has a color in it still, that's okay. We're going to go into Object and, oh, I forget where it is. Let's go ahead and use our Help tool. I'm going to type in splits and, oh, there it is, it's under Path. So Object, Path, Split into Grid. This essentially can do the same thing, but it has a few other options. So I can increase the rows and columns to make sure preview's on so I know what I'm doing. So rows and columns, more or less the same, but the reason why I like this method better is because I can also choose to add a gutter, which gives me sort of a little separation between my separate cells, or sort of pixels in this case. So by doing it this method, I actually can select each square individually. I'm going to go ahead and tell these all to be transparent and no fill for right now. Now this does make them a little bit hard to select because now I sort of have to select on the edges because they don't have a fill. Just a little bit more complicated. So you can leave a fill in there if you want, just to make them easier to select, your choice. But right now I have to click on basically the very far edge. So having one selected, I can go into my color picker and I can choose a color, and I can choose another cell, and I can click the little box here to do the previous color, and I can do that again and again and so on, but that could take a while. So instead I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to choose several cells at the same time so I'm not having to move my mouse back and forth as much, not wasting as much time. So just grab a few more and choose a previous color, and let's actually grab a couple more. Now if I jump across, undo doesn't work when you're making selections because you actually haven't done anything yet. So let's grab one, and we'll grab this one, and I did it again. So we'll just redo that, and let's grab a couple cells real fast. If I jump across and grab them from far away, the bounding box does go further and shows quite a few in the middle, but they're not actually selected. If I go in and choose a color, you can see it didn't grab these other ones there. Let's go ahead and make that transparent. Actually, I want it a little bit further down. There we go. I don't want it to be too symmetrical. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm making, but I think I'm going to do something with like some sort of little volcano character. So let's grab a few more of these cells because I don't want there to be that much red. I want there to be maybe some of the brown earth or rock beneath the lava showing. So we'll grab a few more cells. guess maybe here-ish, and we'll double click the color picker to choose an orange shade. So orange is a shade of, or brown is a shade of orange, so somewhere around here. Uh, it jumped into black and white, so we'll go over here and we'll tell it to be RGB again, and then we can give it some color. So not the easiest to choose our color there, so we'll go back into color picker and be able to choose a color more easily, more accurately through this. So something sort of like that. And the previous color, since I missed those. This is a little dark, so I think I'm going to grab some of these and choose a slightly lighter shade of brown. We'll double click, and maybe somewhere around here. I think that's a bit better, and we'll make this even a little bit lighter as if sun is hitting that edge. And we'll do the same actually with the lava. We'll make some of this a little bit lighter too, as if sun is hitting the edge. So yeah, something like that. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. I think I'm going to make it sort of into like a little volcano character. Maybe give him some legs so we can animate those pretty easily. I think something like this. Actually, you know what? If he's a volcano character, if he's a character, I think he needs some eyes. So before we give him legs, let's go ahead and give him some eyes. We'll go ahead and make these the white of his eyes. So we'll double click and we will make this white. And we'll click on these and double click. And we'll make these sort of the pupils. And now we'll give him some legs. Just to, we'll try that again. Hold shift and there we go. And we'll do the right leg as well. It can be a little tricky to grab these cell edges since there's no fill. There we go. I think he needs something a little bit more. Let's go ahead and delete these extra cells that I don't need, and then we'll take a look and see what I think. So just dragging across and hitting the delete button. Yeah, I definitely think he needs something a little bit more. Maybe some sort of like mouth. I'm gonna make him sort of like a bug, so maybe like mandibles. Maybe we'll give him some little mandibles coming down. I had a better plan originally. I wanted to draw like a meerkat sitting on a frog, but that was pretty complicated, and I ended up spending a lot of time trying to create something and then deciding not to because it was just taking forever. So this is what happens when you don't really have a backup plan. You do something like this without much guidance. So we're going to go in here and we're going to open the layers panel, and we're going to use that in just a moment, but not yet. If we do file export, we have some options over here. The important one is the flash SWF option. So if we tell it to, actually let's go ahead and give it a name real fast. So like volcano bug. If we tell it to export, we get a window of options. The important one is that layer order. And right there you can see there's only one layer, and we only have one layer, so we need to make some more. We'll go ahead and start on this layer, and we'll go ahead and copy this. So just Command C, Control C if you're on a PC, and we'll do Command V. And actually that wasn't lined up, so instead we're actually going to do Command Z to undo, and we're going to do Command Shift and V to paste in the exact same spot as where we copied it from. So we'll do that on all four layers. So you can see it's on all four layers now. And if we hide layers, you can see it's on all of them. So that's what we need. So on each cell, we're going to make a few little changes, like making the legs go up and down. So on this layer, we'll delete just one, or no, we'll delete two, and we'll delete, how do I want to do this? I think one from here. And on the next layer, we'll delete two on this side and just one on this side. And on the very first layer, let's delete two from that side and none from the other side. So now across our layers, we have sort of a little animation of him sort of moving his feet or legs up and down. And it's not great, but it should be enough to at least see it. Yeah, I think that's good. So a little slight issue there, but I think I have it all figured out now. So we're gonna go to File, Export, and we'll switch this to Flash SWF. We'll rename it our volcano-bug, and we'll set the SWF options, layer bottom up, looping, and we'll press OK. We'll go ahead and minimize this. So now we can actually see it. So here it is. Open up Firefox. Do File, Open. There it is. And we'll find our file here. But you can see he's not moving, so obviously something's not quite right. So I had all of these layers hidden, and that's actually the issue. I need to have them showing. So we'll do export again. We'll go ahead and let's make sure we rename it. Volcano-bug. Yeah, replace, export. Now you can see all 4 layers here. And everything there looks good, yeah. And we'll tell it, okay, well, hang on. Let's actually drop the frame rate a little bit because I don't want it to be too fast. So maybe like 4. So it should cycle through all 4 frames in 1 second. So we'll give it a second just to save. We'll minimize this, and we'll try again. So Firefox, File, Open. There it is. And we'll open our bug, and there you go. There you have him moving. That's actually pretty sad looking. So what else can we do to this guy? So let's go ahead and close it and open up Illustrator again. Let's just, I don't know, what can we do with this? So, okay, I think I have an idea. We're gonna make it sort of like as if as he's walking, the light is changing a little bit, and it's getting a little bit brighter in some areas and a little bit darker in others. So we'll click on a couple of these and make them a little bit lighter, as if the light is hitting him a little bit lighter as he's taking this step. So this one just a little bit brighter. And yeah, we can see a bit of a difference. And then let's go to maybe this layer, and we'll grab a couple of these colors and make them maybe a bit darker, so when he's taking this step, maybe he's not in as much light. So he's sort of like wobbling as he's walking, and more light is hitting him from one direction and not as much from the other as he's moving forward. We'll see if this works. That's the idea, at least. Once again, sort of a last minute idea since my first one didn't quite go through. Always have a backup plan, it works better. So we're going to go ahead and re-export. And once again, volcano-bug, just to replace the previous one so we don't have a million versions. And replace. And export looks good. We'll minimize. And let's go back into Firefox, File, Open. And here we go. That's still not great. I mean, you can see that more's animated, but I think it still needs something. But what? Alright, let's go ahead and close this guy. Let's go back into Illustrator. And I think I know. I think I want his legs not just to move up and down at the top, or I'm sorry, at the bottom, but also at the top. So go into one layer and delete a square from the top, and the very first layer and delete the other square. And so that should give his legs sort of an up and down movement now. I think that will work. Let's go ahead and grab these also and just adjust them a little bit. Didn't quite like the shade. Not quite. We'll try this again. A little bit, maybe a little bit darker. Kind of there-ish, I guess. show the other layers, so that way they'll actually export properly. Re-export, volcano-bug once again, and we'll export and we'll tell it to replace. Everything looks good. Press OK, minimize, and let's reopen him once again in Firefox. Okay, it's still not great, but at least it's better. So I think that will just have to do for now, and we'll do some more stuff with animation later. We'll make something more impressive in Illustrator later on, I promise. Thanks for watching. Hope you found the video useful. If you did, you can always hit the like button. If you want to be updated when I upload new videos, you can always hit subscribe as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.